Hello, Jay. Steve Wookie here. How you doing? Is this the Jay Sharon I know? Anyway, I'm looking at your questions here. We're really busy with all candidates meetings, so what I'm going to do is do this verbally, and that'll go a lot quicker for me and hopefully more enjoyable for you and some other people to watch. Drug abuse, homelessness, rundown buildings in Talbot Street. What are your ideas to improve the downtown core? If you raise population in the city by encouraging new housing, like at the Alma site, at the infill project, Granite and Garden Suites, approving new subdivisions, we get more people here. There'll be more money to spend, more downtown storefronts open, and that will help solve that issue. We're already dealing with derelict landlords, but most of those derelict landlords are not from St. Thomas, they're from someplace else. And the bottom line is, I've said this publicly, I'm not afraid of going down to Toronto to visit somebody. I'm not afraid to take some of my buddies who are bigger than me down there and picket on the street that they live to publicly shame them to do something here. I have no problem doing that. CIP grants for buildings, we give facade grants already. It doesn't pay for everything, but it helps to pay for maybe 30%, and that has helped a lot of places like HWC Insurance and Jennings and places like that have storefronts that look a lot better. Oh boy, drug abuse. I got to be honest with you. I wish I had the answer to that, because if I did, I'd share that with everybody. And housing first is the policy that we have. I've been in the health unit for 4 years, and the idea is to provide housing helps with the homelessness and the drug addiction. In terms of mental wellness, having a home to be at first is a big step. We are building more affordable housing units in the city. And like I said about any housing that's built, let's say it's mansions, it doesn't matter. What happens there is that that creates vacancies so at entry levels, it helps keep the price increases for entry level housing at a reasonable level. So even if you build an apartment that some quote unquote richer person is going to move into, they're moving out of someplace, which moves out to someplace, which moves out of someplace, and creates a ripple effect that eventually on the quote unquote lower end, there's more affordable housing. As well as the downtown core, we have to have the guts to say no to widespread commercial districts around St. Thomas. If you want the downtown to be vibrant, you have to limit commercial or in other parts of town. Some people don't like that, but that's just the reality. It's either one or the other. It'll be both someday if the population grows, but let's say if the population is going to steadily grow over the next 10 years, then we need to really quite carefully protect the downtown. Public transit, DRT, demand responsive transit, you can look that one up. They've used it in other places, but I'm certainly open-minded for other things. You can't have a 20th century transit system in the 21st century, but it's going to cost money. And I know politicians don't like talking about that, but that's going to be expensive, but I think we need that. It's the perfect wrong system right now. But it's not an insult to the people who drive the buses. It's just, that's the hand. They're playing the hand they've been dealt. More low-income, affordable housing units. What are your thoughts? We're in the process of building some more units. We're selling units on, say, Simcoe Street, and those are low-density units on big lots that are expensive to heat. We're selling those, and we're going to build more efficient units at 230 Talbot Street. And if we can sell them for $200, in fact, the unit at 230 Talbot Street will cost less than $200 to build, so we can actually build more with the same amount of money. And we've also committed to building some more, but we can't. We don't have the money to solve everything in that one, but we're going to do our part. Public spaces, green spaces, walking paths, that's my sweet spot. I care a lot about your fitness and health. I care a lot about my fitness and health and everybody's. Walking paths are key. Everybody can use them regardless of housing, regardless of income level. And I'm a parks guy. I work in the parks department at university. I've been traveled all around the world, and parks are places for humans to meet. So we need to put down our damn phones, go outside, hang out in a park. Everywhere I've been in the world, even in parks that have no grass, like in Venice, Italy, there's no grass. It's just an open space, but it's actually a park. That's just square. But I'm all on. I don't even know what to say. Like, I want to divert more money towards finishing a walking path loop around St. Thomas. I think that's in everybody's best interest. Population growth. Well, you keep tax levels low. You keep building new homes, infill projects, apartment buildings, garden suites, granny suites. People are going to move here. Industry, EDC does a good job. They have to, sometimes things land in your lap just without you trying, and sometimes it takes a lot of work. So the whole EDC thing is a lot of work, and it's building relationships. Everybody's chasing the same plants. So I think we need to pick certain areas of the world, like whether it's Europe, whether it's certain parts of Asia that we want to try to partner with and do that. I'm a big fan